Ultimate Florida Wrestling has decided that your princess will bring the truth to their commentary team on May the 2nd. Greetings and salutations. Welcome to the Princess Palace. I am Princess Josh. Thank you, all my loyal supporters, for joining me each and every Monday through Friday every week here on the Princess Palace. Your support and the people working behind the cameras and across the areas of all of independent wrestling, bringing the true voice of CNV to the people. Thank you for everything you do for us here at CNV and as your princess. If you want to support me, the channel, and everything like that, please go to ProWrestlingTees.com and purchase your Princess Josh. And if you are like me and represent CNV, codename Vendetta, pick up your CNV t-shirt and you can wear it to any independent wrestling show, any event, and show everyone that you are a true supporter of the cause of changing professional wrestling for the better. If you've missed any previous episodes, please be sure to head over to our YouTube channel where you can find all of our previous episodes right there, backlogged, cataloged, all that wonderful stuff, so you, the wonderful supporters of CNV and your princess, Princess Josh, can make sure you never miss an episode. Make sure you like, share, subscribe all of our episodes, past, present, future, whatever it may be. Your support goes a long way in helping change professional wrestling for the better. On this episode, UFW Ultimate Florida Wrestling has contacted me, your princess, to provide the truth on their commentary, and we will do a rundown of their already announced card here on this special edition of the Princess Palace. This event will be at the Boys and Girls Club of Citrus and Marion Counties in Ocala, Florida. Front row, if you purchase early, is $15. General admission only $5 early. That's right, you gotta purchase your tickets early here. And at the day of the show, front row will be $25 if there's any left, and then general admission will be $8. Do not miss out on this show. Already announced, as we're going to discuss opening the show, a special announcement by Michael L. Ray and Bone Crusher. Very controversial figure, Michael L. Ray. Some love him, some hate him. Here on the Princess Palace, we hold no judgments, only bringing the truth. That is right, I am going to bring the truth each and every episode, even if it's at UFW, New Heights Wrestling, Tampa Bay Pro, wherever you find me, I always bring the truth. And the truth of this matter is, I cannot wait to hear what Michael L. Ray and Bone Crusher have to say. Controversial figures, yes. I'm a controversial figure myself, so I understand it comes with the territory. If you want to be great, you will build haters. So, Michael L. Ray, Bone Crusher, I know some people are going to hate. I know some people are going to love it. Any way you look at it, what you need to do is be there to see what Michael L. Ray and Bone Crusher have to say, because that's the only way you're going to see it for yourself, live and in person. The video on demand always comes out later, but you want to be there live to see it for yourself. Now let's talk about some of the action we'll be seeing on this show. First and foremost, Rose all day versus the Spanish Devil, Dante Velez. These two have been exchanging words back and forth. I know I'm excited. I can't wait to see what happens when the bell rings. Rose all day. Just look at the individual. He's a fine-tuned looking athlete. He spends his time, he's dedicated, he makes the commitments where he needs to, but will it be enough to put away the Spanish Devil, Dante Velez? Dante is an individual I've seen before, firsthand with my own eyes, and I know, given his looks, I know he doesn't look like much of an athlete, and we preach athleticism here on this show, but he has a grit and determination, something about him where he knows he has to sacrifice, dig deep to get the job done. I cannot wait to see what happens. Like I said, when the talk is done, the action needs to happen. These two men will meet in the ring. They're gonna punch each other in the face, and only one of them can be the victor. If you want championship matches, the heritage title of UFW will be on the line as Gordy Rattler, Ocala native, takes on the illustrious Bryson Clutch. Now, if you've been following UFW's Facebook, YouTube channel, wherever you look up your information, you would have also seen these two individuals exchanging words, mostly the illustrious one. I've been seeing what Bryson has had to say, and I agree with him fully. I think he's going to show up in Ocala, Florida, and make it his own, because Gordy, you've had plenty of time to talk. You've had plenty of time to answer everything that Bryson has been claiming. He's been preaching a lot of truths from what it looks like from this desk, and you will really have to step up. Show you if you really have the passion, you really have the sacrifice, you want to make that determination, you want to put that passion to work, go ahead, step in this ring, get the victory, because that is how you'll start making a name for yourself. Who doesn't enjoy some tag team wrestling? I know I certainly do. I've managed a few tag team champions in my past, but here for a #1 contendership for the tag team championships, you will see Natural Element, Drake Zavior and Shane Evans taking on Jay Rivera and Seth Erickson. I'm making sure I'm paying attention to this match because someone who wants to represent you, me, and CNV, Drake Zavior, will be representing Natural Element in this match. I've heard what both teams have to say. Now, this is something I want to address because a lot of you haven't been doing your homework. I've heard everything everyone has had to say, and all of you seem to not have an idea who is. What's going on? It's news to me that it's news to you. What's going on and who your opponents are? Because obviously, even just as an announcer, I'm already studying, grasping, understanding everything that's going on in Drake Zavior. As someone as I've managed in the past, you know what it takes to be a winner. You need to convince Shane Evans to get the job done. I have taught you better. You should be studying up on your opponents. And I know right now you are doing so, because especially after what Jay Rivera had to say on behalf of him and Seth Erickson. But I want to talk more about Jay Rivera, because somebody who's just coming up in the game started off just training, doing a referee's position, doing it the right way, and Drake Zavior, he was actually a referee of one of your matches. He claims that one of your greatest matches is against Austin Aries, and he was the referee of that match. He was the third man. Now, me and you, Drake, both know that that wasn't the pinnacle. That wasn't the top of the mountain for you. Me and you have done way better than that. I've managed you to championships, and heck, even on your own. You've been traveling around. You've been going here. You've been going there. I give it up to you. You're a heck of an athlete. You know what it really means, because you've studied under me. And while Jay Rivera, I'm only getting to know you in the wrestling aspect of things, I know you have probably been watching CNV. You have probably been watching the Princess Palace, and your princess has been giving advice, and I've seen it. You've been studying tape. You've been learning about your opponents, not just now, but from the past. You've been using that, and it will be your advantage. I don't know who's going to win. I have my guesses. However, you have to be there live to see it for yourself. Now let's talk about some women's wrestling. One thing I love and can respect is women's wrestling, as every one of you should, because each and every one of these competitors are just as good as their male counterparts and beyond. I want to see some hard-hitting, awesome women's wrestling action, and not in the perverted way like some of you like to, and you need to check yourselves for that. This is about competition. It's about winning titles. It's about what really means to be an athlete like some of you who are the menace of pro wrestling don't understand. One match that should be awesome is Casey Lennox versus Maddie Max. These two women have been putting in the work, and they will meet in the middle of the ring to see who's the better individual, who can really stand toe-to-toe and walk away the victor. Some of you who are a menace to professional wrestling will spend more time eating chicken wings and playing beer leaguer than you actually understand what these women are going to be putting in and how much sacrifice will be in that ring. I have said it many a times, one shall stand, one shall fall. Casey Lennox, Maddie Max, it is your guess who's going to win, but on May the 2nd at the Boys and Girls Club of Citrus and Marion Counties in Ocala, Florida, it's going to be determined who truly is the better of these two competitors. Those of you who are a menace to professional wrestling, have daughters, have wives, have mothers, so you need to treat women with some damn respect. I'm trying not to curse because we are supposed to be a family-friendly program here on the Princess Palace, but some of you are absolutely disgusting, and that's why you are a menace to professional wrestling. None of you are athletes. None of you understand what true sacrifice and commitment are. Now let's talk about what real sacrifice and commitment is, because 3 women will be battling it out for a #1 contendership match to determine who faces Casey Lennox at a future date. And you want to talk about past, present, future? Let's talk about this match right here, this triple threat. You have Krissy Vaine, someone who has done it all. She's been to the mountaintops. She's been where every one of us want to be, and she will be at UFW representing and trying to earn that #1 contendership spot the right way, by being smart, by being tactical, by being a true veteran and understanding what it takes. Then you have a newcomer to the scene. You have Rachel Leigh. I have seen her claiming to be a princess, but let's face it, I'm more of a princess than she is. I've put in the work. Every one of you who understands and knows me and represents CNV knows that I am your princess for a reason. So this message is for you, Rachel Leigh. I want to see you do what it takes to get the victory. Prove to the world why you are a princess. Because if you are a true princess, you will show sacrifice, dedication, commitment, all these things that we preach here at CNV, and heck, maybe you'll relinquish your crown for a true princess like me. Forge your own path if you must, but I will be there to watch. And your opponents, you already got a veteran like Krissy Vaine to worry about. Let's talk about shooter or shoots. Tanaily, somebody who I absolutely love and respect in this industry. She, since 12 years old, has been doing the work, has won numerous championships in amateur wrestling, crossed over to professional wrestling, and has won championships here. Wow, she won't come at this match with veteran instinct like Krissy Vaine. She will be coming at you, Rachel Leigh, with a pure precision and a tactical mindset that will dismantle you in 2. And may the odds be in all of your favors, because only one of you is walking away this triple threat match, the winner, and facing Casey Lennox at a future date for that women's championship. Since we are speaking of ships, there are many great ships out there, but one ship we need to talk about is the UFW Heavyweight Championship. And you want to see 2 big meaty men slapping meat? How's about Phil Brown versus Jake Logan? This match should have something for everyone, and it should be one of those matches where you go home, you remember for a while, and make sure you bring the whole family because you want to be talking about it. Bring all your friends. This is something, because they're going to crown a heavyweight champion out of one of these 2 men. Only one shall stand, one shall fall. I will say it multiple times, because that is an old adage that should be added to professional wrestling. With how ridiculous ticket prices have become lately, especially with the bigger leagues and certain events out there, and I understand budgets are tight, money is tight with the world economy and everything like that, but right now, if you want to bring your family, your friends to an event that you will remember for a while, how's about this? We have an ECW rules match as Jason Duggan with Daniel Mercado takes on ECW legend himself, Pitbull Gary Wolf. This is something you do not want to miss. The present the past colliding to determine the future of professional wrestling, because one of them will win. One of them will become the #1 contender to the UFW Heavyweight Championship. It's going to be a night, a stampede, if you will, of entertainment and action, and you do not want to miss out at the Boys and Girls Clubs of Citrus and Marion Counties in Ocala, Florida, May the 2nd. Please follow me. Be sure to support me while I'm there. I will have my merchandise stands open, and you can buy exclusive merchandise. Do not forget, like, share, and subscribe. Not only this video, but every video. I'm losing my voice because it's been such a crazy time over the past few weeks, and especially hosting the Princess Palace for all of you. I said it before, bring the whole family, bring all your friends, bring everyone down. It's gonna be a heck of a show. Leave any questions, comments, or concerns down below. If you want to send me an email, princessjoshundying@gmail.com. And on a future episode, I will be sure to answer any and all questions that we receive. And we have a ton coming in today. As you can hear, my voice is getting hoarse. I need to rest it for all of my upcoming events this weekend. Tampa Bay Pro with the Tampa Bay Rumble, 30-man, one opportunity. I will do a full rundown of that event coming this week. Do not miss out on that one. Also, Pigs on the Beach at Nick's Seafood. New Heights Wrestling starts at 1:30. Do not miss out. US Band at 3. It's a free event, and I will have a rundown of that event as well later on in the week. Please like, share, and subscribe. Like I said before, it helps with the algorithm. Help me spread the truth of professional wrestling. And as you've seen, we're just growing company by company, day by day, show by show. Thanks to you, my loyal supporters. Buy the t-shirts at ProWrestlingTees.com. Subscribe to the YouTube channel, and you can be them or you can see and be.